Hey guys, thanks for checking out the next of the videos. This video we're going to talk about front wheel lifts. Now, front wheel lift is a really useful technique, basically for getting your front wheel over obstacles. You'll also see as we go into our future videos, it's going to work for things like jumping and drop-offs and stuff as well. So it's a really good basic technique to get dialed. Now, there's a heap of different ways to do it. And the way we're going to talk about in this video is, we believe, the simplest, but it's also one of the easier to do. And the key thing about it, you'll notice as we go through, is it's still working on that basic principle of keeping you centered on the bike. So what we're trying to do is get the front wheel off the ground while still keeping a good body position, so that gives you more control when you land it again and so forth. Okay? This technique is going to work really, really well, like I said, for some jumps and drop-offs and things like that going forward. So the way we're going to start, firstly, we're not going to use a bike. So we're going to put the bike down, and hopefully you guys are watching this video somewhere nice and private so you don't look like idiots like I do out here in the middle of the park. What we're going to do is we're going to jump in the air. So really simple. To jump in the air, compress down, explode upwards. Okay? That's how we're going to do a front wheel lift. You notice, to do this, it's all about my legs. So I'm compressing down and exploding upwards. So down and jump in the air. Now, if I reach down and grab my shoelaces and try and lift myself up, that's clearly not going to work. So that's effectively what you do when you just try and pull on the handlebars and so forth. So what we're going to do is work on this jump technique. Now, I'll give you a bit of a demo with a bike now, and you'll see how simple this is. So basically, all I'm going to do, riding forward, in my ready position, compress down, explode upwards. Bit of a demo. Now, you'll have noticed from that all of the work is being done with my legs. As long as I don't let go of the handlebars, my arms will automatically lift the front up a little bit, but you're really not focusing on pulling with your arms. It's all about compressing, jumping upwards. Now, I'm riding in flats. If you're riding clipped in, you might find you have to move your weight back a little bit because the whole bike might jump in the air a little. So if you're finding that both wheels are coming up, just shift your weight back a little bit and you should be fine. So have a go, guys. Have a roll around, see how it works for you. And then once you've got that, then we'll move on to the next part. So the next part of this front wheel lift is obviously to add an obstacle to it. Now, the reason we're doing this is for some timing. You'll notice that all this practice we're doing is on basically a nice flat open area where you don't have anything that you have to worry about hitting and crashing into. So it's nice and even and easy to do. So what we're going to do for an obstacle, here's a stick we prepared earlier. So basically, putting a stick down on the ground, we've now got an obstacle. Okay? Now, the trick with this is, as we're rolling up, is just working on the timing for getting our front wheel over the obstacle. So to do that, obviously, if you're going really quickly, you're going to start your compress further out. If you're going quite slowly, you're going to start the compression a little bit in closer. And the idea is we're going to compress, jump up, lift the front wheel over the obstacle, put it down on the other side. The nice thing about doing it with a stick is it's quite a small obstacle. It's not going to get you in any trouble. And if you don't manage to lift over it, then it really isn't going to matter all that very much. Okay. So first demo, I'm just going to come in nice and slow. Doesn't need to be a big lift. And the idea is I'm just going to lift the wheel over the stick. So give you a bit of a demo. Rolling in and over the stick. Same thing, coming back the other way. Taking it nice and slow. And the front wheel comes over the stick. So if you want to try and do it a little bit faster, the only real difference is you're going to need to compress a little bit earlier, and because you'll cover that distance as you approach it. So I'll give you a little bit quicker demo. once again. So you can see exactly the same technique. Now through most of this, you'll notice my body position staying quite centered, which is really what we're trying to achieve. So head out, find yourself a nice flat area and a piece of stick and have a go with it and see how it works for you. If it works for you, you can lift over slightly smaller obstacles or over tree roots or rocks and things like that. And in the next video, we'll look at a rear wheel lift and add that to the equation. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you in the next video.